Hey there, fellow manhwa lovers! Today, I'm going to share with you my top 10 manhwa recommendations that you must read if you haven't already. These are some of my personal favorites that I think everyone should give a shot. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Number 10. My Farm by the Palace. This manhwa tells the story of a young girl named Hazel. When she was young, her grandfather sent her to rural area to live. That's when she started to love rural life and farming. 11 years later, she obtains an unexpected fortune when her grandfather grants her the title to a block of land in the capital. Did you just finish reading an angsty manhwa? Looking for a fluffy and cute story to pretend you didn't cry for hours? Well, look no further, this cute and wholesome manhwa will make you recover your sanity. Number 9. My Unexpected Marriage. In this manhwa, Larit grew up in an oppressive household as the illegitimate daughter of a count. As if that weren't enough, she is assigned to marry Duke Ian after he is dead and labeled a traitor, rather than her sister. Despite her bleak prospects as a dead man's wife, Larit is overjoyed to leave and begin her new life. Overall, the art is pretty and the plot is interesting. I love how simple the story is, it's easy to read, and also the character's development is pretty good. Number 8. Mokrin. In this manhwa, when the warlike fiend Bloods arrive to demand open borders, the 200-year-long peace in Mokrin's island tribe is broken. Furthermore, Ian Yang, their chiefess's son, falls passionately in love with Mokrin. It is now up to her to decide whether she will reject his affections or marry him for the sake of her people. I recommend this manhwa. If you are looking for a cute, fluffy, and wholesome story to read, then you don't want to miss this one. Number 7. The Accidental Heiress. In this manhwa, a young girl named Riella, a florist. Riella had no intention of attracting the attention of Duchess Orson with her gleaming flowers, and she certainly had no intention of inheriting her whole fortune. So what should she do when she suddenly becomes one of the rich person? Not only that, she has to be careful with Grand Duke Han. He is on his way to collect the inheritance. Can she hold on to her new title? Overall, I love this manhwa. The humor, characters' development, and plot is pretty amazing. Also, the art is pretty good and every character is fun and likable. Number 6. Karina's Last Days. In this manhwa, despite her talent for bringing her paintings to life, Karina lived her childhood in the shadow of her renowned siblings, compelled to be the good daughter her parents desired. But when she learns that a dreadful sickness would kill her in a year, she makes a deal with her fiancé to spend the rest of her days apart from her family. Much to her amazement, their encounter changes them both in ways she never expected. I love this manhwa, the story is pretty amazing and the art is beautiful. But if you want to read this, please prepare tissue with you because this is a bittersweet story with a tragedy tag. Number 5. I Thought I Didn't Have Long to Live. In this manhwa, Lariette, the Duke of Blanche's daughter, was diagnosed with only 3 months to live. Since she was going to die anyway, she decided to try to complete her bucket list. First, she's dumped an older fiancé she doesn't really love. Second, 3 months of courting the monstrous Duke of Candel. But it wasn't until she ran away from him that she realized a time-limited diagnosis was a total misdiagnosis. If you are looking for a strong female lead, then you don't want to miss this one. Overall, the story is fun to read and the art is beautiful. Number 4. I Stand the Prince. In this manhwa, Angela, a writer, who's write the fanfic about the dethroned Prince Rayburn. Her fanfic published behind her back and becomes wildly popular. Not only is it humiliating, but the book gets her into trouble with the present imperial family, who now want her death for treason. Fortunately, Rayburn's sister Hoya agrees to protect her in exchange for writing a sequel that would restore Rayburn's shattered reputation. This manhwa is really funny and it has the right balance to romance, action, comedy, politics, and drama. When you are tired of reading generic Isekai, definitely read this. It is a nice break. Number 3. Under the Oak Tree. In this manhwa, Maximilian, a stuttering lady, is forced into marriage with Riftana Knight, but he departs on a crusade after their wedding night. 3 years later, he returns and ready to embrace her. But, she just has one question when her life with her husband begins. Does she deserve this love and happiness? This is a very slow burn story. Female lead is weak and has strong PTSD. But I love how the story progress. Also, the characters is fun and likable and characters development is pretty good. Number 2. Bring the Love. Leah, the eldest daughter of the Hildebrandt family, is well liked in society for her beauty and graces, but she has a secret problem. She not the heir of he family. It was her brother, but her brother suddenly left nowhere to be found, because it is unknown if Rihit is alive or dead, and because her dad dies suddenly, Leah decide to find a partner for a political marriage in order to support herself and her family's position. I really love this manhwa. I truly love the characters, the story is really good too, and the art is beautiful. If you're hesitant to read this manhwa, I recommend you to read it. Number 1. The Fantasy of a Stepmother. This manhwa tells the story of Shuri, a young mother who became a widow after her husband died. Her husband left her in charge of both his huge estate and his 4 children. Despite her youth and inexperience, Shuri did her best to raise them, despite their animosity towards her. As her eldest son marries, she is finally free to live her own life. Only to be suddenly reset to the night of her husband's funeral 7 years prior. Can Shuri find happiness now that she has a second chance at a new life? This manhwa is just so perfect. The story, the characters, the narration, the art. This one is literally my favorite. And there you have it, those were my manhwa recommendations that I think everyone should read. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more manhwa recommendations.